Last week I hosted a meeting in Tallaght for parents of children with disabilities and additional needs. We had campaigners, activists, lawyers present, and the room was packed with parents telling really heartbreaking stories. Stories of waiting on long waiting lists for assessments of needs, stories of waiting more than a year for therapies, stories of waiting for mental health supports, stories of waiting for respite, stories of waiting for appropriate school places. It was heartbreaking, but it was also maddening, infuriating that this state continues to fail children with additional needs and their families to such a degree as is currently happening. That's ultimately a political choice. It was reflected in the budget, but in particular, and just ask this, reflected in the failure to ratify the optional protocol to the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, because it would give these families the right to take action against the state.
Thanks, Deputy. I don't accept that it's a political choice, and to the extent that it is, we have a record budget now for special education, a dedicated minister, Minister Madigan, and a record budget for disability services. The real struggle that we tend to find is in hiring the appropriately qualified staff, and also a court decision that requires a huge amount of resources being used on very complicated assessments of needs that perhaps is not the case, and that's something we're working on and trying to resolve at the moment.